Long ago, in the shining kingdom of Eloria, there lived a young princess named Elena. She was known across the land for her gentle heart, bright smile, and kindness to everyone she met. The people loved her not because she wore a crown, but because she always spoke honestly and treated others with respect. Princess Elena especially loved visiting the village near the royal castle. She would spend her afternoons talking with children, helping old women carry baskets, and listening to the stories of travelers. One day, while walking through the village market, Elena met a poor little girl named Mira. Mira sold flowers to help her sick grandmother. Even though her clothes were old and worn, her face glowed with hope. Elena brought a small bouquet of white lilies and sat beside Mira. "Why are you working all alone?" Elena asked softly. Mira smiled sadly. "My grandmother is very ill. I must earn money for medicine." Elena felt sorry for the girl. Before leaving, she gently held Mira's hand and said, "I promise you, I will return tomorrow and help your grandmother." Mira's eyes sparkled with happiness. "Really, princess?" "I never break my promises," Elena replied with a warm smile. That evening, a terrible storm swept across the kingdom. Thunder shook the castle walls, and heavy rain flooded the roads. The royal guards advised Elena not to leave the palace the next day because the forest paths had become dangerous. But Elena remembered the promise she had made. The king said kindly, "You may go another day, my child. The storm is too strong." Yet Elena answered, "Father, if I break a promise because things become difficult, my words will lose their value." The next morning, despite the cold rain and muddy roads, Princess Elena wrapped herself in a cloak and rode through the storm with a small basket of food, medicine, and blankets. The journey was not easy. Fallen branches blocked the path, and the wind pushed fiercely against her horse. But Elena did not turn back. When she finally reached Mira's tiny cottage, she found the little girl trying to comfort her weak grandmother beside a nearly empty fire. Mira gasped in surprise. "You came." "Of course," Elena said gently. "A promise is a treasure that must be protected." Elena stayed the entire day caring for Mira's grandmother. She gave her medicine, prepared warm soup, and asked royal doctors to visit the cottage regularly. Weeks passed, and Mira's grandmother slowly recovered. Soon, the story of the princess who crossed a storm to keep her promise spread throughout Eloria. The people admired Elena more than ever, not because she was royal, but because she proved that true honor comes from keeping one's word. Years later, when Elena became queen, the kingdom flourished with trust and peace. And whenever children asked her the secret of being a good ruler, she would smile and say, "A promise may seem small, but keeping it makes the heart truly noble." Moral of the story: always keep your promises, even when it is difficult. Trust is one of the greatest treasures in life. Thanks for watching our story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more magical fairy tales and inspiring moral stories.